In a world forgotten by time, where giants once walked, a girl survived.
Her name was Elara, a wanderer, her only companion, a ghost in the shadows. The necklace, a relic from a time before, pulsed with a life of its own.
They hunted not for sport, but for survival. A delicate balance.
But some hunters were drawn not by hunger, but by the light itself.
They were the vipers of the canopy, swift, venomous, and countless.
Shadow sensed the danger. Her growl, a silent warning.
The first strike came from above.
But Elara was not an easy prey, and Shadow, her fierce protector, was already a blur of fury.
More came, drawn by the light, drawn by the fight.
A dance of death in the fading light.
Her agility, his strength, a perfect, deadly harmony.
The light, once a beacon, now a target.
A desperate escape.
They found refuge in a hidden cave, safe for now. A silent promise. A bond forged in fire.
The jungle slept, but the path ahead was long, and the secrets of the heirloom still untold.
Escaping the jungle's embrace, we found ourselves at the edge of a new world.
A world of suffocating stillness, where the water held its breath.
To move forward, we had to navigate a maze of murky water and tangled roots.
But the water was not empty. We were being watched.
The first attack was not an attack at all. It was a test.
Shadow knew this was not her territory. Here, she was not the apex predator.
Then we saw it. The king of this rotten kingdom. The swamp tyrant.
It did not rush. It was ancient, patient, and it knew we had nowhere to run.
The light. It hated the light.
In that moment, I understood. The heirloom was not just a light, it was a weapon.
The beast's patience wore thin. The battle for the swamp began.
Shadow was at a disadvantage. The water was the monster's domain.
I had to draw its fire, to use its hatred against it! H-E-Y.
It charged, a wave of death. And for a moment, the abyss was blinded by the light.
That moment was all Shadow needed. The tyrant of the swamp met the fury of the night hunter. A final, shuddering breath, and then silence once more.
We had survived. We had won. We left the swamp behind, our path illuminated by the heirloom's light, knowing that every step forward...
After the swamp, the only way forward was up, into the realm of the sky. The world of solid ground felt like a distant memory. Here, every step was a bargain with the abyss.
But we were not the only hunters in this high, desolate kingdom.
A A shadow fell upon us, swift and cold as death.
It was the Sky Tyrant, the lord of this mountain.
It watched us not as a threat, but as an intrusion, a curiosity.
But my heirloom, it turned curiosity into aggression.
The first attack was a test of our resolve.
A direct fight was impossible. We were not hunters here. We were simply prey. The sky was its weapon, so we would have to take the sky away from it.
The journey to the canyon was a gauntlet of fear.
We had to lure it in, to turn its own aggression against it.
And the Tyrant took the bait. In the tight confines of the rock, the king lost its crown. The hunter of the sky was now trapped on our earth.
Shadow, the night hunter, met the Sky Tyrant head-on.
While the Protector held the line.
Point Survivor delivered the final strike.
The Tyrant of the Peak had fallen.
We had conquered the mountain, but our journey was far from over. After conquering the mountain, we came to the edge of the world.
The earth offered no path forward. Only an endless, hungry water.
We had to become creatures of the sea, or die on the shore.
But the calm was a lie.
The abyss was hungry. Panic, chaos, a nightmare made real. In the chaos, I saw our only hope, a small island of rock. We were marooned, trapped. The beast circling its new territory. Despair was a luxury we could not afford. We were hunters. It was time to turn the tables. The plan was still, if we could not escape the monster, we would bring it to us.
Shadow, the night hunter, became the lure. The beast answered the call.
Fly true! The struggle for the sea had begun.
Into our world. The world of rock and bone.
We had faced the abyss, and we had won.
The sea was no longer a barrier. It was a beginning.
A new world, and a new hope, and a new journey.
After the abyss came the shore. Our journey of survival was nearing its end. We followed a stream inland, drawn by the promise of a new beginning. And then we saw it. The place I had only seen in my dreams. Home. Here, I was no longer a survivor. I was free. But we were not the first to call this paradise home.
They were the true guardians of this land.
Shadow, ever the protector, prepared for one last fight.
No, my friend. But I had learned a different lesson on this long journey. The light from my heirloom was not a weapon of war, but a key, a bridge between worlds.
It did not seek conflict. It sought connection. In that moment, an ancient pact was made. A silent understanding.
We were accept.
Our odyssey was over. A new life began. A life of peace.
A life of harmony.
We were no longer survivors. We were home.
The world was still wild, still full of monsters.
But here, in this small pocket of the world,
We had found our serenity. And that was a victory greater than any battle.